What's up, everyone? So today's video is going to be the nail in the coffin for Orlando Brown and Trippie Redd, because in this video I'm going to be exposing the base character, which is LL Cool J. So Trippie Redd and Orlando Brown are both characters of LL Cool J. As you guys can see by this comparison alone, they look exactly alike. This is extremely obvious, and the only difference is that LL Cool J is really fat right now, so that's why he's a little bit fatter in the face right now. But even if you look at younger pictures of Cool J, he looks exactly like Trippie Redd. And I find it interesting that if you look at young pictures of Cool J, he looks like Trippie. But then when you look at Orlando Brown, he looks like Cool J when he's older. And it makes sense because all of these characters are going to age the same. You know, Trippie was skinny and Cool J was skinny too when he first came out. And when Trippie gets older, he's going to start to look like the older version of Cool J. So all three of these characters look exactly alike. You know, I made so many side-by-side comparisons so you guys can see what I'm talking about. They have the same exact face structure. You know, you can really see it right here. They have the same smile, the same nose. They all have those same exact eyes as well. And they all have that same chin. You guys see how they have a pointy chin? All three of these characters have that. And the only difference about Trippie is that he kind of looks albino. You know, you can see it in this picture right here. I'm not sure if he is supposed to be albino, but that's the only difference with him. They had to do something with that character to make him look different, you know, because all of them look exactly alike. But don't let that throw you off. Just really look at these pictures, and I'm sure all of you guys can see the resemblance. They all have those same exact eyes. And I find it ironic that his name is Trippie Redd, because Cool J loved wearing red. You know, as you guys can see by this younger picture of him right here. He used to love wearing red bucket hats and red jackets and stuff like that. So I just find it funny that he created this younger character called Trippie Redd. But yeah, man, they look exactly alike in every picture. And they're both wearing a very similar hat right here. I just find it very funny that even though Cool J is older and fat, you can still see a striking resemblance with him and Orlando Brown. And for some reason, Cool J has a picture with rainbow colors on his shirt. So I guess he supports that agenda. But yeah, as you guys can see, they look so much alike, man. And Trippie looks really creepy in this picture right here. You know, you can tell he's a demon. And I just find it very interesting that Cool J loved wearing red, and his youngest character is Trippie Redd. So they put that one in plain sight. But we're going to get to some more connections right now because there's so many of them. First, I just want to finish showing you guys these side-by-side comparisons. I'm sure everyone can see the resemblance by now because they look exactly alike. And right here, Orlando looks a lot like Cool J. And every time I look at this picture of Orlando Brown, I instantly think of Cool J. You know, he looks exactly like him right here. And recently, Trippie Redd posted this picture where he has like wrinkles on his face and he looks old. And he has gray hair as well. So I think he's hinting at the fact that he's an old entity. Because Cool J is getting pretty old now. So it's almost like he's hinting at the fact that he's an old character. And he looks a lot like Orlando Brown. And also, all three of these characters are inverts, just like every other celebrity. You know, I found these pictures of Trippie Redd, and he really looks like a female right here. And he even paints his fingernails black. And I noticed that a lot of celebrities are wearing these baggy jeans, and you know, they're pushing that agenda right now, and I don't know why, because this style looks so ugly. So I think they're trying to make baggy jeans a trend. But anyways, now let's get into all of the connections. So in case you're new here, I made a video called Trippie Redd is Orlando Brown last year, and it got so much traction that Trippie Redd himself watched it, and he responded on Instagram Live, and he basically admitted that he's Orlando Brown. So if you haven't seen that video, the link will be in the description below. And the funny thing is that Orlando Brown also directly responded to me as well. So he commented on my first video that I made about this situation, and he wrote a really long comment on that video. So I'm not going to read that comment for you guys right now. But if you want to see the whole comment, go watch this video because I read his entire comment and I broke it down. So all of these videos will be linked in the description below. And I just find it extremely ironic that Trippie Redd also commented on one of my posts. So both of these characters love responding and they love commenting on my videos. So Orlando Brown commented on my YouTube video, and then Trippie Redd commented on my Instagram video. because I posted this video of Orlando Brown doing damage control because he's saying that he wants to do a feature with Trippie Redd. So that's why in this caption I said Orlando Brown is doing damage control. And Trippie Redd responded to this video and he said, "This is not me." So you guys can go check out that comment for yourself. It's on my Instagram. The link is in the description below. So make sure you guys follow me over there. And also recently, Orlando Brown has been doing a lot of damage control when it comes to these interviews that he's been doing, because he keeps saying that celebrities are playing different roles and all the claims that he's making are complete lies. So I exposed all of his lies in this video right here, because he's made so many crazy claims. You know, he said that Britney Spears was Mark Wahlberg, and he said so many other crazy things, and none of it is true. So make sure you guys watch this video if you haven't, because I exposed all of the claims that he made in those interviews recently, and I broke it down because he's lying about everything he's saying. So I made a playlist with all my Trippie Redd videos. The link will be in the description below. So let's get into all the major connections, because even though the fact that Orlando Brown and Trippie Redd directly responded to me multiple times, there's still so much more evidence that Orlando Brown is Trippie Redd and that Cool J is the base character. So let's get into all the connections. So the first major connection is the fact that Kyle Massey and Orlando Brown were on the show That's So Raven on Disney Channel. So obviously they're good friends. And the big connection here is the fact that Trippie Redd and Kyle Massey are really close friends as well. And this has to be the biggest connection, because what are the chances that Trippie Redd is hanging out with Kyle Massey so much, and Orlando Brown literally is in this show That's So Raven with him? So Trippie Redd is doing major mockery with this. They hung out so many times. So here's a video of Trippie Redd hanging out with Kyle Massey on his birthday.
That Corey in the house right now.
Look, I'm a new kid moving in, getting it done, and I'm officially the candidate for having some
Birthday.
Alright, so the next big connection is the fact that Orlando Brown dyed his hair red at one point. So here's two pictures of him with red hair. And I don't know what he's doing in this picture right here, but he looks very sus right here. But moving along, let's get into the Gematria, because Orlando Brown and Trippie Redd have the same exact Gematria. So Orlando Brown equals 173 in the reverse ordinal cipher, and Trippie Redd does as well. And then they both equal 65 in the reverse full reduction. So the fact that both of their names have the same exact Gematria goes to show that they didn't even try to hide this one at all. And then also Orlando Brown and Trippie are both 7 letters. And then another big similarity in their names is the fact that they both have a color in their name. So Orlando Brown and Trippie Redd, you know, Orlando has brown and Trippie has red. And ironically, brown and red have the same Gematria as well. So brown equals 72 in the English ordinal cipher, and red equals 27. So you flip the 72 and you get 27. So this reminds me of the Kodak Black and James Brown situation, because both of those characters also have a color in their name. Go watch that video, by the way. But anyways, let's move on to the connections with LL Cool J. So LL Cool J and Orlando have the same exact Gematria as well. LL Cool J equals 79, 110, and 38. And Orlando also equals 79, 110, and 38. Since they both equal 38, you know, one of these characters might fake their death. But I think it's going to be Trippie Redd, because his real name is Michael, and Michael equals 138 as well. So all three of these characters match up with death. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kill one of them off. But I really think it's going to be Trippie Redd, and I'll show you guys why. But first, let's talk about the fact that Trippie Redd's real name is Michael Lamar White. And I noticed that with celebrities, they love to use the name Michael because Michael equals 33 in the same cipher as Masonry, and they both equal 39 as well. And if you think about it, there's a lot of big celebrities with the name Michael. You know, like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. You know, there's so many celebrities with the name Michael. But anyways, the reason why I believe they're going to kill off Trippie Redd's character, because he has a song called Death. You know, so this is complete mockery. So that's kind of predictive programming that his character is going to die. And he also has a lot of crosses tatted on him. You know, for example, he has this one right here on his forehead. And the cross symbolizes death as well. So that's another big reference to death. And not only is he doing symbolism right here in plain sight, but he also has the number 14 tatted on his forehead. And this is a big number. that they use when it comes to death. You know, he has it tatted so much. He even has it on his hands. And that's one of his logos as well. You know, he even calls himself Big 14 and 1400 and stuff like that. So he uses the number 14 so much. And the reason why he uses it so much is because dead equals 14 in Gematria. So there's so many connections with Trippie Redd dying. Another big one is the fact that XXXTentacion died on Trippie Redd's birthday. And obviously X didn't die, but, you know, his character died. But just the fact that his character died on Trippie Redd's birthday goes to show that he's really connected to death. And this is not a coincidence. You know, what are the chances that these two artists have many songs together and they're close friends and he ends up dying on his birthday? You know, the chances of that happening are very slim. I don't believe that it's just a coincidence, you know what I mean? This is obvious proof that XXXTentacion's death was extremely scripted. You know, they planned for him to fake his death on this date. And another connection that Orlando Brown is Trippie Redd is the fact that on XXXTentacion's album 17, track number 8 is F Love with Trippie Redd. And then 2 tracks later, he has a song called Orlando. And obviously X named this song Orlando because of the city Orlando in Florida. But isn't it extremely ironic that he has this song with Trippie Redd and then 2 tracks down is a song called Orlando? You know, this is not a coincidence. All of this is double meaning. Go watch my video about XXXTentacion, by the way. The link will be in the description below. Alright, so now let's move on to the next big connection, which has to do with Craig Mack and Lil Baby. So if you haven't seen my video, Craig Mack is Lil Baby. The link will be in the description below. I'm sure everyone can see the resemblance right away in this comparison. So the reason I bring him up is because LL Cool J has a song with Craig Mack called Flavor in Your Ear. And this was like Craig Mack's biggest song. So he remixed it and he put Biggie, Cool J, and Busta Rhymes on this remix. And the mockery with this is the fact that Trippie Redd has a song with Lil Baby, who is Craig Mack, by the way. And the song is called Mack 10. So they put this one right in our face. Not only is this proof that Cool J is Trippie Redd, but this is also proof that Craig Mack is Lil Baby. Because why would they name this song Mack 10, knowing that Craig Mack is Lil Baby? And obviously Mack 10 is a gun. But still, you know, they're putting this one right in our face. Everything they do has double meaning. And another connection is that Cool J has this song with Busta Rhymes. And Trippie Redd also has this music video with Busta Rhymes. And I just noticed this right now, but they're both doing Symbolism on this cover in plain sight. So yeah, that's a lot of connections that I found right there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content that is not allowed on YouTube. And also if you're interested in Divine Sade's new ebook, the link will be in the description below. It's on her website, divinesade.com. So if you guys are interested, you know, go buy her new ebook. And yeah, I hope you guys can see that Cool J is Trippie Redd and Orlando Brown. You know, in this comparison right here, it's undeniable. They look exactly alike. But yeah, that's everything that I wanted to show in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.